Welcome to Ummeshifa classes. Business Taxation and GST. Mr. Manoj, a registered dealer in Maharashtra, submits its following for the month of December 2025. Details of transactions. Particular amount GST rate. Details of purchase. Raw material purchase from Bangalore 5 lakh. GST rate is 5%. Local raw material purchased material M 8 lakh 12%. Raw material purchased from USA costing of 8 lakh including BCD at 10% that is 80,000 and excluding IGST that is 10 lakh and 18%. Local purchase of raw material Z within the state from a dealer who obtained for composition scheme 4 lakh 2%. Raw material A purchase from C's in Mumbai 4 lakh that is 0%. Details of sales. Sales of goods purchased from interstate purchased and imported raw material to a person Bihar who obtained from composition scheme amount 10 lakh GST rate 5%. Goods sold to an unregistered dealer of Pune amount 75 lakhs GST rate is 12%. Now sales of goods to a union territories of Pondicherry produced from raw material M amount is 14 lakh GST rate is 18%. Fourth one, sales of goods purchased from raw material Z to a registered dealer in Nagpur, Maharashtra. That is amount is 15 lakh GST rate is 18%. Sales of goods of raw material A purchased from C's Mumbai to registered dealer in Gujarat. Amount is 5 lakh GST rate is 28%. Calculate the net GST available. Calculate the net GST payable by the dealer. The above purchased and sales are to an excluding of GST. Now we calculate the solution. To calculate the net GST payable by the Mr. Manoj, we need to determine the total input tax credit, that is ITC, available on purchase and the total GST liabilities on sales. First one, calculate the input tax credit, that is ITC on purchased. Raw material purchased from Bangalore, input tax credit that is 5 lakh, in GST rate is 5%. We get the 25,000. And local raw material purchased material M, ITC equals to 8 lakh, GST rate is 12%. We get the 96,000. Third one, raw material purchased from USA import, the cost is 10 lakh and BCD is 80,000. IGST is applicable on the assessable value, cost plus BCD. Cost GST rate is 18%. Assessable value 10 lakh plus 80,000 equals to 10 lakh 80,000. Input tax credit equals to 10 lakh 80,000 into 18%. We get the 1 lakh 94,400 is IGST. Local purchase of raw material Z from composition dealer. No ITC is available on purchase from a composition dealer. No ITC takeaway. Raw material A purchased from C's in Mumbai. Input tax credit 4 lakh into 0%, we get the 0. The total input tax credit available equals to A plus B plus C D E equals to 25,000, 96,000, 1 lakh 94,400 and local purchase of raw material Z from composition skill is not taken and the raw materials a purchaser sees in Mumbai, that is the rate GST rate is 0% that we calculate as a nil, and the total of the input tax credit available 3,15,400. Calculate of GST liabilities on sales. Sales of goods purchased from interstate purchased and import raw material to a person Bihar who obtained from composition scheme. This is an interstate sales. GST rate is 5%. GST liability is equals to 10 lakh into 5%. We get the 50,000 is the IGST. Sale to an unregistered dealer of Pune. This is an interstate sales. GST rate is 12%. GST liability equals to 75 lakh into 12%. We get the 9 lakh IGST. Sales of goods to a union territories of Pondicherry produced from raw material M. This is an interstate sales. GST rate is 18%. GST liability is equals to 14 lakh into 18,000. We get the 2 lakh 52,000. Sales of goods purchased from raw material Z to a registered dealer in Nagpur, Maharashtra. This is an local sales. GST rate is 18%. GST liability equals to 15 lakh into 18%. We get the 2 lakh 70,000. Sales of goods of raw material A purchased from to seize Mumbai to a registered dealer in Gujarat. This is an interstate sales. GST rate is 28%. GST liability is equals to 5 lakh into 28%. We get the 1 lakh 40,000. Total of GST liabilities on sales A plus B plus C plus D plus E equals to 50 lakh plus 50,000 plus 9 lakh plus 2 lakh 52,000 plus 2 lakh 70,000 and 1 lakh 40,000. Total of the GST liabilities is 16 lakh 12,000. Calculation of net GST payable by the dealer. Net GST payable equals to total GST liability on sales minus total input tax credit available. Total GST liability on sales equals to 16 lakh 12,000 and total input tax available equals 3 lakh 15,400. The answer is 12 lakh 96,600. Final answer. The net GST payable by the dealer is 12 lakh 96,600. Thank you for watching.